Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again. More on the Tenet scandal and things related to it. Other stalking and harassment operations on heavily financed operations on other websites I'm going to talk about. But before I go into this, I want to say something because it occurred to me, and I've said it many times over the years. All of the websites now, or in the past couple of years, all of a sudden care about what they've been promoting and making millions on, namely Pizzagate, stuff like that. They're all pretending to care now. Here's the evidence of at least Google and this website pretending to care. If you recall, all three of you that are left, if you're around in the beginning, and after the beginning, almost every other broadcaster that talked about Chris Cornell's death went the Pizzagate, Pedogate route and tried to tie it in and said things like Martin Kirsten is Mossad, etc., and just ran with stuff like that, even though they had literally nothing to back it up or base it on. All of those people got to stay up. All of those people got to stay up. They did not get deplatformed 17 times because the mob wanted them deplatformed. Hell, the mob was even putting forth conspiracy theories at one point that there was a head wound of some sort. And magically, right around that time, some brand new pictures came out. Of course, they were black and white, so you couldn't tell if there was any wound. There was no wound. But that's not the point. The point is, the conspiracy theorists, the Pizzagate people, the Pedogate people that tried to tie this in to all of the deaths that I discuss, all of those people are still platformed on this website and whatever website they feel like going to. You know why? Because they don't care about those people. They don't care about those theories being out there. They've made everyone a lot of money over the years. So, my point is, they care about the Pizzagate and Pedogate thing, yet they didn't take any of those videos those people made down. They took my videos and channels down. I was the only one not trying to tie it to Pizzagate and Pedogate. In fact, I was debunking those theories the entire time from 2017 on. Yet I was the only one taken down. What does that tell you? What information are people trying to suppress? Well, they're not trying to suppress the Pizzagate stuff. All those people still have their videos and channels up. They didn't lose a dime because the mob wanted them gone. I did. So what information are they trying to suppress? Well, that'd be the Cornell information, because those Pizzagate, Pedogate vids I did, Your Honor, and I'll do a court video on this. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'm talking to you anyway, though. And everyone. I was the only guy that didn't do that stuff. I was the only guy that's got messed with, still getting messed with to this day. And in those Pizzagate vids that I did over a year ago, that this latest incident on May 6th began on of 2024. It's now September 8th or 9th of 2024. I believe it's the 9th now. I talked about Mr. Cornell's death, Mr. Bennington's death, Mr. Bourdain's death, Mr. Cobain's death. I wasn't promoting Pizzagate in those videos. So again, I have to ask the question, what information are they trying to suppress? It ain't the Pizzagate information. All those people are still up. So it's quite obvious the information they're trying to suppress is about the mobsters and then the extended other families, where the men just died so suddenly and no one leaves a note. All writers. Not one of them leaves a note. So it's quite obvious what information they want to suppress. It's quite obvious they ain't worried about Pizzagate. All those people are still up, the ones that tied it into Cornell's death and Bennington's death, etc. Those videos are up. The powers that be must not see them as a threat in any way. Again, I must make the point, you don't pay this much attention to a liar, to a grifter. You aren't this afraid of that type of person or that type of information. Again, the Pizzagate stuff's still all up. They're the liars and grifters. Not me. You don't pay this much attention to something that isn't a threat. And what I mean by a threat is the truth. The truth is obviously a threat to certain individuals that I discuss. Otherwise, you wouldn't pay this much attention. You wouldn't care. Just like they don't care about those Pizzagate, Pedogate people. Everybody was tying it in. One guy even stole all my videos. And yet he still tried to tie it all in to the Pizzagate stuff. I never promoted that once. My point is, again, the Pizzagate people got left alone. I didn't get left alone. That should tell you all you need to know. Tells me all I need to know. Tells me what the real information, all parties concerned, they're trying to suppress. It ain't about Pizzagate. There's all kind of videos up about that. There's all kind of people that tied that into the deaths. Still up. Just like the Russian shills are still up on this website and every other website. Anyway, so I have various comments here by various people. Some I'll identify, some I won't. For instance, this person. Again, an operation running on TikTok right now. I'm not going to say this person's name. They do legal hacking. They're a cyber expert. They worked for the government at one point. They're not hacking things illegally. They do it for authoritative bodies, government, police. Use people to cyber experts to gather evidence for them. She is that type of person. I won't say her name, but this is what she said, and she's keeping an eye on certain operations, just like I am and others are, because people are tired of these operations being deployed on us and others. So she writes, that loathsome C word, Chaya, libs of TikTok, has completely stopped tweeting. So she's probably on a similar list as Tim Pool. Yes, Chaya is obviously heavily financed. Libs of TikTok is obviously heavily financed, just like Tim and all the boys and girls for Tenet Media, many that are still platformed on this very website. Adjudicated criminal Google runs and owns and operates. So, in my opinion, what it appears to be, because believe me, I've had my ear to the wind for these past years, since 2015 especially. I've known about this person and this endeavor on TikTok. What I consider it is, again, a stalking, terrorization, harassment operation, heavily financed by Russia, possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if her name was on that list, getting Russian money from some roundabout way, and she would know exactly where it's coming from, and no, she wouldn't care, just like all those other broadcasters didn't care. So either that or some, sociopath oligarch or group that wants to usher in some oligarch utopia. It's always that. Here's the thing, all you oligarchs out there that want the oligarch utopia, you want the Wild West, you want the fascist dictator, you don't like democracy, you don't like rules, you just like stacking your pile of gold higher like a dragon in some cave or something. Another billion does you absolutely no good, does nothing for your life, but you want it anyway, just like the dragon once more. Here's the world. I'm going to explain the world that you people are trying to usher in to you. Maybe one of you will hear and understand. Maybe you won't care. Maybe none of you will, because my business rep and reach has been stolen by this website and the mob. If you get that Wild West and we become a fascist nation, like Russia, North Korea, Iran, China, if we become that place, it becomes the Wild West. Guess what happens? What Putin did to Google by just taking their money and their business and every last crumb in Russia happens here to some of you people. When certain people don't like you anymore, or they just need money, and you're the sacrificial lamb. What I'm trying to say is, you're going to have to compete with people like Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, etc. People that are utterly ruthless, utter sociopaths. Can you contend with that? With your couple billion, whatever empire you have? What I'm trying to say is, Vlad just took 100 million and wants over 100 million more and more and more from the monolith Google. That's who Vlad is. That's how he rolls. Can you other oligarchs out there roll like Vlad? Can you be as ruthless? Can you protect your empire against ruthless motherfuckers like Vlad? Because if they need something, guess where they're going to get it? Through you. You think that's a joke? Go look at how Russia operates today, or North Korea, or China. You don't deserve the warning, but I'm trying to give it to you anyway. Anyway, so we'll eventually... In other words, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it, and then it might all be taken from you. Not by me, not by the peasants, by your competitors. Are you man enough to handle that? Because Vlad, ruthless, baby. People like him, ruthless. Can you be that ruthless? Doubt it. Let's continue with what I'm really supposed to be talking about. So this person is saying, this highly respected person, I respect them anyway, is saying Chai and Libs of TikTok is probably Russian financed. They wouldn't be surprised, and neither would I. They're financed by somebody, and ain't by her. I know that. So she hasn't tweeted in a while. That's what also this person is saying. Like she's scared that some shit's about to drop on her and her whole grift that TikTok promotes, enables, cheers on as I get thrown off in a month. The same person wrote another post. Chaya's booster/boss hasn't tweeted since the indictments. Either the indictments were, what, 2-3 days ago? The whole Tenet scandal, all the Russian fucking shills. There's a lot of other names that we don't know yet. Maybe Libs at TikTok is one of them. I wouldn't be surprised. I know some sociopath, rich person, or rich group is funding her. It's obvious. So Chaya's booster/boss hasn't been tweeting much either. One of the last tweets was a promo for Seb Gorka. Is Ryan Walter another Russian payroll guy? That's a good question. Who is her boss? I didn't look at these. Ryan Walters, Superintendent Ryan. Again, this is a public account for all the crybabies. I'm not revealing anything here. So that's her boss? I don't know why they're calling her a boss. $60 million in grants coming to Oklahoma schools. Anyway, I don't know who this Ryan Walters person is. This person's calling them their boss, though. Anyway, the point is, people are scared. They're shook. We didn't get all the names yet. Libs of TikTok and Chaya could be one of them. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Let's continue. Same person, another post. Another Russian payroll guy. This one was pretending to be black women on Twitter before showing up here to claim Chaya isn't one of theirs. This person is named Joey Manarino. I've noticed on my experience with Twitter for the past few years, because I haven't always been on Twitter, I know who the trolls are, I know who the famous trolls are, and they're all out there for clicks and views. The best thing you can do is just block them and forget they exist. Don't interact, don't waste your time. That's what they want you to do. They say outrageous things for attention. This Manarino person I've seen for a long time, blocked him a long time ago, because they're one of those people, right-wing grifter type person that just wants clicks and views. So they say outlandish things. And this person got caught. Mr. Manarino got caught recently in the past few months. I remember the whole thing because I was on Twitter as it was all breaking out. He forgot, I think this is what happened, he forgot to use his fake account and post it on his real account as if he were a black woman, pretending to be a black woman. That's what these right-wing grifters do. They'll literally make other accounts pretend to be a different kind of person and comment on political things online. Again, these people have no morals, no lines they don't cross. They don't care. It's all a grift to them all the time. They don't care what lie they have to tell, what fake account they have to use. And the example is set by the owner of this website, Twitter, using fake accounts and pretending to be, a small child, a guy named Adrian Dittman, all these other accounts that people suspect is him. He had to admit in court he pretended to be a small child under a certain account. I forget the name. So he's the example these people have. He's the type of person just like them. No moral line. Dude's richest guy in the world. He's going around the internet pretending to be a small child. That's someone that's not right in the head. I'm sorry. I don't care if he was born rich. Meaningless to me. This Manarino gentleman did the same thing. He got straight busted pretending to be a black woman and commenting on political posts and things. Can you imagine spending your time that way? Oh my God. Again, these grifters on the right that are all part of this whole thing. They'll say anything, they'll do anything. And you know who's associated with who when they come to their defense. This person is defending Chaya. Anyone that defends Chaya, I don't even want to talk to you. Tells me all I need to know about you. So he got caught cold-blooded caught, and I wouldn't be saying that unless I witnessed it all happen on social media the day it happened. All right, more about the Tenet thing, the broadcasting group that was using Russian money to pay its broadcasters. Here's another post by someone. The FBI affidavit is absolutely devastating news for the GOP. 600 influencers, some of them elected officials, is in quotes, are included from the U.S. Again, people, there are a lot of elected officials that have podcasts. They're jumping on the grift, too, with the Russian talking points. That's what they're talking about here. What I want to talk about is some of these congressmen and senators, people in government, are taking Russian money and have been for years. Mitch McConnell got millions from a Russian oligarch for an aluminum plant in Kentucky. I don't know if it was ever built. Probably not. It was probably all grift anyway. Russian oligarch during the Trump presidency, Mr. McConnell got that for his state. That's what I'm talking about, people. One side of politics has decided to align at the highest levels and all the way down with Russia. And it becomes more obvious every single day. I don't care if you want to deny it. So here we go again. Some of these are elected officials that have podcasts and maybe these influencers being paid by Russia. We have a right to know if our elected official is on that list before the election. It is critical we don't vote for paid Russian agents. Yeah, it is critical. That's a damn good point. Will anyone do anything about it? Absolutely not. Every congressman that's taken Russian money, every senator will be right there. A year from now, they'll all be there. No one's going anywhere. The law enforcement in this country at the top levels decided to let all this play out like this. I hope it doesn't cost us our entire country. I guess we'll find out. Here's one of the broadcasters, Benny Johnson, that worked for Tenet Media, who's basically a Russian shill. That's what I'll just call them all at this point, because that's what they were and are, and they're still platformed all over the place. This person posted a picture of Benny Johnson as requested by Lauren Chen, reported that Moscow terror attack was possibly linked to Ukraine and the U.S. instead of ISIS. What is that? That's a Russian talking point that Mr. Johnson was distributing. There was a terror attack in Moscow. I don't remember the details. Maybe you do. Of course, they immediately tried to blame Ukraine, etc. It turned out to be ISIS. I don't know who actually did it. All I know is you have someone over here. I think Mr. Johnson is Canadian. I'm not even sure. Doesn't matter. A traitor's a traitor. You have Mr. Johnson straight up distributing Russian talking points straight from the desk at the Kremlin. Indisputable, irrefutable, inarguable. He's doing it for money. Okay, this is another post by a random person. I am scrolling through my Twitter feed. This was earlier today. And Twitter is still pushing me to follow paid for Russian propaganda accounts. That's in all caps. That's what I was saying the past couple days here, folks. There's ads for Tim Pool. They're asking me, they're putting an ad in front of me to go to a, paid for Russian propaganda account, Mr. Pool or Miss Southern. They're all still platformed. Russian propaganda accounts. You think they're going to abandon the talking points now? After they made $500,000 each on it? Of course not. It's a full-time grift for them now. And they still get to be platformed because Vlad is willing to buy plenty of ads from Google and from YouTube. So they get to stay. I don't. Interesting. So Twitter is recommending these accounts to this gentleman. Despite the DOJ indictment, Musk is still going to continue to protect and promote these Russian accounts for people to follow on Twitter. Well, that's all Musk has been doing, is Russian talking points and protecting these people and promoting these people. This website's doing it as well, still to this day. I don't care that they're not under the Tenet umbrella right now. Meaningless to me. They're still paid Russian shills, and they always will be. They might as well all move to Moscow. Tucker Carlson, too. All of them. They might as well. So Elon's still allowing these people, and what the person put a screenshot here, and what you have is, these are the recommended who to follows. Taylor Hansen, that's one of the paid Russian shills. Lauren Chen, well, she's the one that had access to the money to offer to everyone from Russia. Tenet Media, that's the media group that Chen runs, that employed all these people via Russian money. This is who Twitter is recommending to this man after an indictment, after the world already knows they're paid Russian shills, or paid shills for Russia. YouTube, the same thing, still platforming these people after they know they're paid, paid shills for Russia. It's incredible. In other words, these websites are still promoting these people because they make the money, and that's it. And for Elon, it's probably more personal because he's down with the same grift they are. He's putting those talking points out every day. Incredible, isn't it? And Mr. Musk will then tell other people that they can't be on the platform after this. After literally recommending disinformation agents paid by Russia. After the world finds out they're disinfo agents paid by Russia. YouTube, same thing. Incredible, and they'll dare deplatform me or tell me I can't broadcast. It's fascinating. None of them have any room to speak. They have no room to judge anyone. They've taken that Russian money hand over fist and still promoting these people. This is an old quote by Mr. Musk. It does have a date. April 27th, 2022, it looks like. For Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral, which effectively means upsetting the far right and the far left equally. Well, that's absurd. Mr. Musk has only promoted the far right and the worst conspiracy theories out there. And now he's literally still recommending and promoting shills for Russia that got almost $500,000. Politically neutral, huh? And he's been very clear on who he wants to win. So he gave up on all that free speech poppycock nonsense, all that politically neutral nonsense, all that I'm the god, Elon Musk. I am above all this. No, he wasn't above. That was the whole point of buying the website, with Saudi and Russian money. Again, Russia's involved. They seem to be everywhere, around everyone. It's fascinating. So Musk has made it quite clear what side he's on, what side he promotes, cares about, wants out there. I just proved it to you. Russian paid shills for Russia still platformed and recommended on YouTube. Promoted, big ad at the top of the screen when you do a search for Lauren Southern. I guess it's not about stopping Pizzagate and stuff like that. I guess it's not about stopping disinfo. It's not about getting disinformation off the internet. It's about money. And the mob called us about Nikki, and he doesn't make us any money, so he's gone. But, again, paid shills for Russia, they can stay all day, all night. And Tim can have his big ads that Vlad paid for. No problem. And they dare judge me. Fascinating. Here's another Mr. Musk quote. Anyone caught promoting propaganda will be suspended from X. Now, I thought this was fake at first, but I'm seeing more and more people posting it. I'm still not sure if it's real or fake. I'm kind of 70% sure it's real, 30% it might still be fake. I'm not sure, but let's just use it anyway. This is the type of thing that he does. He'll literally create a problem and then say, if you cause that problem, I'm going to ban you. No, motherfucker, you made the website that. You promoted the propaganda yourself with your own posts, and you still promote Russian agents, basically, on the payroll for Russia. So, I guess the first account that should be suspended under Mr. Musk's new rules is Mr. Musk's account. He'll never do that, though. But he promised to remain politically neutral. Has he done that? You ask yourself that question. What the hell is this? Where were we at here? Here's another one. Here's one about Mr. Poole. Only 10% of Tim Pool's income came from user subscriptions and product endorsements. 10%. The other 90% came from Vlad. You can't tell me he didn't know something was fishy. Of course, none of them cared. Come on, man. None of them cared. They all were spouting Russian talking points this entire time. So again, Mr. Poole was not so talented that he deserved $100,000 a week. He's being paid by a mobster named Vlad to make that kind of money. And that's where 90% of his income came from. I hope the Cybertruck was worth it or whatever he bought with it. Here's another one by the same person. Fun fact, every Twitter influencer recently outed for working for Vladimir Putin is also getting paid monthly checks from Elon Musk. And Putin pays Elon via fake blue checks subscriptions. This isn't rocket science, sissy SpaceX. Fake blue check subscriptions. I see so many accounts where when someone hits a nerve, it's full of blue checks. They all got shitty English. I'll give you an example. I saw one today. Somebody hit a nerve and all the Ivans and Igors came, man, with a bottle of vodka in one hand and a potato in the other, and 8 smartphones in front of each of them. And one of them actually wrote, I swear to you, an other lie. Capital A, small n, an, space, other, space, lie. That's a Russian troll right there, because they don't understand English. They might have heard that word said when they wrote it out. They didn't understand how to write it out. Telltale Russian troll shit that didn't study his Russia to English dictionary closely enough. What point am I trying to make here? And hold on, let me start with this. So when these shills come with their million bots that their financiers throw in their account, now they're getting big money from the website itself for views and impressions. All those can be faked and put out to help out the operation that's buying a lot of ads, that's bringing a lot of money to the website. Makes sense, right? Yes. So immediately these people are getting checks from a foreign government. They're getting checks from all the websites because of all the views and shit they're getting. Bot views, troll views, whatever views the website gives them. However, they can get those numbers up. So it's all fakery on all ends, and everyone knows it. They still send in the checks, though, to the influencer. So they're getting paid by the website as well for their fake fame. Fake fame. Here's another aspect to this. I noticed this occurred to me a while ago. Elon basically monetized trolling and bots. Elon basically, what it appears to me, the $8 checkmark idea, that's because Elon knows, because over 70% of his followers are bots. That's proven. Elon knows that all the public relations firms, the political organizational trolls, the government trolls, if he charges them all $8 to operate on his website, he can make a bit of money on that, right? That's what he did. He turned trolling, bots, public relations activity, government activity, etc. These armies of humans with 19 smartphones in front of them, or bot armies. He monetized. He turned that into a scheme, a business. That's what Elon did. That's why when you go to a liberal's account and they hit a nerve, they say something, they hit a nerve, it's replete with blue check idiots that paid $8. Obvious trolling campaign. These people aren't following that person. They got sent to debunk a talking point with lies. And that's what they do. Some of them are bots, some of them are real. It happens every day, all day. I see it all day, and I just block all of them. Then I don't got to worry about that specific campaign coming at me at any time. They're gone. They can't even they can't even see what I do. So Elon basically turned that into a business. Is making a nice chunk of change off of trolling, bots, and public relations firm and government activity on his website. I won't even touch that one. Again, someone made the connection that Chaya Skank of Libs of TikTok follows each of the Russian paid influencers. And they post a shot of Chaya's name next to all these influencers, proving she's following them, or they all follow her. The link together, they're all putting the same talking points out. They're all in the same Russian mission or destabilization mission of their countries and our country. And they're taking that Russian money, and all the websites are too. Dangerous. So here's Chaya's name, and proving with her name circled, followers circled, and who follows her, or who she follows, I'm not sure. And you have the three names here: Lauren Chen, Lauren Southern, Lauren Chen, and there was another one. In other words, there's a link. They're all following each other. Maybe they're financed through the same people. Here's something quickly about Tim Pool. The more I learn about Timcast, the funnier this dude gets. He dropped out of school at 14. Why would anyone listen to this clown? He was making skateboarding videos, sleeping on his brother's couch before finding the right-wing grift. Funny this person calls it that. That's what I call it. Elon Musk funnels money to Pool and the other extremists on this platform, on his platform. Yeah, if I, had a financier and the website okayed because I bought a bunch of ads, an extra, 2 million bots on my account. They're giving me all the bots that come and watch all my videos, all 2 million of them. I get paid based on that as well. The website knows what's up. They're in on it as well. It's a nice little racket. I had to do it the hard way, and then they stole it all away from me. Just like Vlad stole their business. Funny, the irony, almost the karmic justice of that. Always fascinates me. And just a little about Pool. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. Middle-class family. Father was a firefighter. Mother sold cars. Pool attendant at Catholic school until completing 5th grade, left school at age 14. I won't say where he lives. I don't care about any of that. But yeah, so you got a guy who's making skateboarding videos and had nothing. All of a sudden, he's getting 100,000 a week. And he doesn't know why. He just thought he was that talented. Kind of funny. And it looks like that's about it for this evening. I just wanted to go into this more, and I'm gonna keep my eye on all this stuff, because these operations are going on everywhere, and one was deployed against me. And this stuff needs to be discussed more. And there was a comment that I failed to screenshot that I should have read to you, and it was some reporter from MSNBC. I'm not following them. They just popped up in my feed. No idea who they are. I don't even remember their name. And they said, you know, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Google made a shit ton of money off of all this too. This disinfo stuff, Pizzagate stuff, etc. A shit ton. They're the kings of platforming disinformation, and they dare throw me off 3 times, harass the shit out of me, fucking defame me. It's incredible, the audacity of these entities. And they'll dare tell any of us what we can say and do, as they literally, to this moment, after the world is found out, there are paid shills for Russia all over the place, and 9 or 10 of them were named. They're still not banned across all social media, yet every website I go on bans me. Does that make sense to you? Well, I explained why all that is. Money! That's what it all comes down. Vlad buys ads, baby. And websites love that. And if you do that, you know, they'll let you run a couple million bots and, you know, fake views, fake follow, all that shit. As long as you cut them in on the grift, baby, they down with it. They've proven it. All the Pizzagate people still up. Only one that got taken down 19 times is Nikki. Have a good night.